I love green. I love to wear green, I love to be in green. I've painted my hair green and I even live in a green building. And in my art I use green the most. It's the most used color in my palette, next to yellow and blue to make even more green. So I think it's time to join this challenge, making an art piece using only one color. And in my case, making art only using the color green. And in the meantime, I will tell you why this color fascinates me so much. 4 years ago, I started to paint my hair green, but due to sun and washing my hair, the color fades into a more bluish color. What causes a lot of discussion with people about the color of my hair and if we call it blue or green. With friends, but also with total strangers. In the street, waiting for a train, or in line in a store. Everywhere I went, I started to have conversation about the color green. And I noticed some varieties per person. Somehow one person sees blue and the other person sees green. And I learned a lot of tidbits about this color. I learned that you and I can see many different shades of green, more than any other color. What also means doing this challenge with the color green means I have more color options. More than I would do this challenge with the color red. I learned when you have more words for different color shades, you have a richer color experience. So instead of only using the word green, we can describe colors as olive, mint, apple, emerald, sea, moss or sage. See what I mean? When people ask me what color my hair is, I say apple blue sea green. Fun fact, the Flemish of Belgium used this word, well, the Dutch translation, when they could not describe a color or they just simply didn't want to describe a color. And then later that word actually assigned a color, this color. So when you say apple blue sea green, it can be this color or every other color you can imagine. I also learned that in many languages they don't have a separate word for blue or green. They are just two different shades of the same color. What seems to reduce your color experience, I think, but I also couldn't really find which language this was. I did find some examples, but it could also explain that some languages they had a word for the color between green and blue. What seems to increase your color experience? I have no idea. So if you were one of those people who has another definition of green or blue or grew in your language, please let me know and explain it to me because I'm really curious. Maybe I should also tell you something about the art print I'm making here. It's a crocodile with a little frog print. Oh, did you know that frogs aren't really green? They are blue with a little see-through layer of yellow that makes them green. Okay, that were all my tidbits. I promise. The last few art prints I made were all with a bigger story about emotions and feelings. My feelings. And this is the first art print that I just enjoy. I just wanted to make something green and the first things that popped up in my head were a crocodile, a frog and a swamp. And I made that. Sometimes I just forget that you can make things just because. You don't really need to tell a story or activate. And of course, art is an amazing form to do all those things. Art can change the world, but sometimes you just want to make a crocodile in a swamp with a frog print because it's green and I like green. What reminds me, maybe you also like green and you like this video, then give me a like. I know other people are using this challenge saying, I used every color green I own. But to be honest, I don't have that many art supplies. And I also intend to keep it that way. I learned over time that it's better for me to have a few items that I use all the time than having many items that I don't really like that much. So when I moved houses a few months ago, I gave away many of my art supplies to people that will use it. And it's so much fun to see these people actually make something of the stuff that was in my basement for years. Also, I do a lot of my artwork digitally, so there's a limited use of every shade of green. I like the combination of real paint and digital. When I started working this way, I felt like I was cheating. Like I couldn't make a real drawing at once on paper. I made little puzzle pieces and put them together in Photoshop. This way I didn't have to redo my whole drawing, but I could change every element. Like in this artwork, I changed the position of the head and the arms. What first felt like cheating is now one of my favorite things about my art, the freedom to change it in every stage. I hear you think, why is she not drawing fully digital? Well, because I also love the messiness of the paint. Happy accident, as Bob Ross will say. When I'm working fully digital, it's just too clean. There's no space for happy accidents, not in my case. Is it cumbersome? Yes. Is it cheating? Maybe, but I like my process. because this way I made this. Another art print finished. I'm really happy with it. It fits my greenhouse so well. And if you like it, you can have it. You can just check out my web shop. There's a link in the description of this video. And if you want to support me and my art, the easiest way is to just like this video and hit that bell button. This way you will be the first to know when there's a new video. And this way YouTube will recommend me to other people that may also like my videos. Like this one or this one. And I will see you at the next one.